In the foothills of these snow-covered peaks a few minutes south of Salt Lake City, Utah, you'll find Richard Holdman. Hey, wait, look!
Jingle bells,
Snow! It's a white Christmas. Let's enjoy this.
ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle
Ah, snow. Puts one in the mood for hot cocoa by a warm fire. Oh, but yeah, back to Richard Holdman.
I have a hobby that has gotten bigger and bigger over the years. My hobby is unique. I turn lights off and on. I started off small. It started off with my wife wanting to put up a few Christmas lights. So I did that one year, and every single year, I just took it to a more extreme.
So, what makes a Christmas decorating hobby extreme?
I start thinking about next year's display, actually why I'm setting up the display for this year. So Christmas is it never comes and goes. Christmas to me is just always here. My friends actually think I'm crazy sometimes because I'm actually listening to Christmas music in July.
That's because he syncs his lights to music. Plus, up in these mountains, Christmas music is all you can get on the radio. Another sign you've gone extreme?
Richard's Christmas hobby, it's like all his projects he does start out really small and then they get bigger and bigger and bigger until they kind of get out of control. Let me show you what Richard has down here in our basement. This is where he keeps all his extra lights for the upcoming year. I've kind of given him the basement. I can't handle the chaos down here, so I just say, the basement's yours.
You can never have enough Christmas lights. You always need more. Is that right?
Sure.
Comes the train, Sierra.
So, how did Richard become obsessed with Christmas? Actually, it starts with his dad.
My dad has always been involved with Christmas. One thing he loves to do is a train set. And the train set has gotten bigger and bigger over the years, and it's fun to be a part of that. My dad, he put up lights. He had more lights than me. And so I thought, you know, I'm gonna outdo him. So I put up lights. Now he can't even touch me as far as Christmas lights.
Yep, Richard's got a huge and magnificent display that everyone loves. Almost everyone.
I live in a gated community, and 2 years ago, we received so much traffic that the neighbors started to complain. This is the gate the community voted to keep closed so people could no longer come in and see the lights during December.
Richard Holdman, a terrific family man and loving father, pushed to the edge, the brink, and the end of his rope. In a situation he couldn't control, did the only logical thing a man could. He played a little prank on his neighbors.
I have a good sense of humor, so the next year, I didn't put up any lights. I only put up an inflatable Grinch on my lawn.
I was for him putting the Grinch up. I thought it was funny. I think it was taken with good spirit from the neighbors.
Forced from his own home, Richard moved his display to his parents a few miles away. And although Richard gets help from his friend Chris, the relocation presented a unique problem. You see, Richard's dad's property is enormous.
We have to make the trips across the snow a lot of times. Too many to count.
And while this is the storage area where he keeps the 150,000 lights, dozens of controller boxes, miles of extension cords, and dozens of props, the display is all the way over here.
A lot of this stuff we do is trial and error. We carry stuff. Sometimes we'll put it on a sled, see how that works.
That looks like 3 miles. Uphill. Both ways, give or take.
It's a little hard traipsing through the snow, but enjoyable at the same time.
This is the 3rd year Chris has helped Richard with the display. It takes them about 150 man-hours to take the trees from bare to a symphony of magic and colored light.
I feel we have one of the best Christmas displays here in Utah. People come from all around the state to see it. Get kind of heavy on this side.
It's just a few days before Richard's big reveal. He's expecting more than 100 friends and family, and he and Chris have a long list of things to do.
Tonight the temperature is probably around 17 degrees. It's 8 o'clock right now. We probably have about 2 more hours, and I guess we'll have to hit it hard tomorrow morning again. So we got to work mornings and nights, whatever it takes to get the job done.
It's the day of the big reveal, and as you'd expect on a project this grand, it always comes down to the last minute.
Okay, if you want, just go ahead and plug your end in down there.
And as the sun set over Utah's snow-capped peaks, the street in front of Richard's display began to fill up. Hot chocolate was poured, and it was time to start the show.
Richard's Christmas display is amazing. He worked so hard for so long. It actually blesses a lot of lives. It earns money for Make-A-Wish Foundation. Everybody who sees it is touched and enthused. It's great.
Over the last 3 years, we've raised $21,000 for the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Both of us are going to share the responsibility of taking the lights down.
I think I'll have him do most of the work.
I think there's some summer plans for cleaning up the basement this year.
Never. It's my place. For me, Christmas, it's always year-round because I'm always thinking about it. So it doesn't really come and go. It's just always here.